Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, James. Alongside always, his name is.
I'm Andy.
We welcome you on this epic journey as we all become legend of the nerds. Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
How are you?
A little better. Got some little extra sleep, so we're good.
You don't look pasty and white anymore. You look like you had some sleep.
I did. Between sleeping in the truck in the parking lot at work for a couple hours, then driving home 30, 40 minutes, then straight back to bed. I'm
Fantastic.
good. The last 3 nights of work, that's what it's come down to. It's like I'm so tired, and I don't want to take the chance of being on the road, falling asleep. So last night it was sleeping in the parking lot at work. The night before that was sleeping in the Colchester school parking lot for a couple hours.
Wow.
And the 2 nights before that, sleeping at the gas station at the right off the interstate. So get a little bit of shut eye,
Cat nap.
grab some caffeine, and then drive right home.
Fantastic. So I just got you pulling a blanket in the truck.
Oh no, I don't even have that. I just thank God I had my jacket in there, so I kind of just curl up with the jacket.
And say, because you can have your car idling the entire time.
No, I just curl up with the jacket. I had a towel in there, made a little pillow out of that. And I mean, I'm so dead tired. It was easy to fall right asleep. So
It is. That overnight shift killed me when I did it.
yeah.
Tough.
Of course, sleeping in some random spots, you just double check, make sure the doors are locked. I mean, 4 o'clock in the morning, you don't know what's going to walk by.
You never know. Not in this state. Well, we want to congratulate first, Andy. A guest we had on the show,
Yes.
Rob Cunning, for his 2 big wins at Cinefest in Atlantic City for his movie Haze. He won 2 awards in there. It's awesome.
Exactly. If you don't remember the guest appearance of him, go back to the YouTube and Facebook pages and watch that episode. It was an amazing episode.
He's a great guest, and he's ready to come back on anytime.
Yeah.
Well, we got kind of a big show. I mean, finally, to officially say it, the Flareverse is officially open for business.
The countdown has officially ended. I just want to mention off topic countdowns. I'm getting really sick and tired of these countdowns. The people that are counting down to Christmas.
Oh.
Just let it come. Okay, you don't have to remind everybody because that means snow's around the corner, and I hate snow.
Yeah, we all hate snow.
I hate it. My sister posted one. It had a countdown to Halloween, countdown to Thanksgiving, countdown to Christmas, countdown to New Year's. I'm like, seriously?
It's
I
crazy.
need a reminder.
No, we don't. We need good countdowns, like the Flareverse countdown.
The Flareverse was. Or now the official countdown is 6 days, I believe. A lot of people are excited. This Sunday, The Walking Dead comes back.
Oh.
So thank God there hasn't been a marathon on TV. That's what I hate.
Is it like their mid-season comeback? Or
No, it's season premiere. Season premiere of season 8.
I'm so
It'll be
far behind.
This first episode, I believe, it will be their 100th episode.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so a big deal for The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You don't see many TV shows get to 100 episodes.
Not too often.
But we know this show will.
Oh, yeah. Want to start with a little wrestling news?
Little wrestling news. So we'll talk about Hell in a Cell a little later. We got to watch that. We had on Monday night, Raw. There we go. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm getting a little tired of this feud. We've seen it for the last however many weeks. It's Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt again. Bray Wyatt comes out talking about how Sister Abigail, he always mentions Sister Abigail, but you never see...
That's the name of his finisher, too, right?
Yeah. You never really see a Sister Abigail kind of thing.
You just see the rocking chair,
always
right?
hint to everything, yes.
Yeah.
Well, he says Sister Abigail is not dead. We all thought she was dead. She's not. In a promo, he's sitting there in the chair, then smoke comes up, and he transforms into this like long hair and mud on the face and everything, and they changed his voice to sound like a dead, dying old woman. So I don't think we're actually going to get a wrestler to join his Wyatt family as Sister Abigail. I think you have Finn Balor as the demon, and he comes out dressed up like that. I think that's what's going to happen at TLC. You'll have like the demon versus Sister Abigail kind of thing.
So we're going to have the demon versus Bray Wyatt.
Something like that, I guess. I mean, hey, if it makes the entrances a little neat, you always complain you want to see neat entrances.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool to see, but I don't know. We had, on a previous episode, I mentioned Roman Reigns got an IC title shot against The Miz. He wins that match but by DQ. You had Sheamus and Cesaro come out, disrupt the match. This is leading into the talk of the Shield reforming because, Cesaro and Sheamus are having this feud with none other than Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. The show ends with all three of them in the locker room just looking at each other, shake a head, and it pans out and they walk away. The show then entered the next week, and you have Miz out there with Sheamus and Cesaro, and they're bragging about everything. They're the new Shield. All of a sudden, all three of the original Shield members come out, demolish, run right through Cesaro and
Is it
Miz.
that scene where Roman came out first, and then Miz started trash-talking him, saying, "Oh, you're not the Shield. They're never going to come back."
And then
all
here
of a
comes
sudden,
Dean, then here comes
out,
Seth.
They do the hand punch,
They
and
each
they
come
all
out
walk
to
down
their.
there.
They each come out to their own music. They demolish them. Later in the night, because Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins weeks prior have had singles matches against Braun Strowman.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out. He demolishes Matt Hardy in a match. He's walking up the entrance ramp, and the original Shield music, not all three of their entrances, plays, and they come out wearing the Shield shirts. So just like a faction, all dressed together, and they demolish Braun Strowman. They powerbomb him through the announce table and everything. It looked like old Shield, and you know how Roman gets booed so much.
Yeah.
Well, now that the Shield's back, fans are loving it.
I give kudos to WWE for this writing, forming them together in that one scene. That was so well done.
Yeah.
I mean, I even saw it on YouTube, and I was like, "Wow, this is good writing. It's a good segment to put on
It's been about
WWE."
like 5 years since we've seen the Shield.
Yeah.
And the Shield was one of those dominating factions. You have 3 world champions in a faction together. That's pretty impressive. All 3 are almost all grand champions. Dean's the only one as a grand champion.
Well, I think this actually was good because when they first came in, we're like, "Yay, it's a Shield," but 2 of them kind of stink. I'm not really impressed with them. Then they broke up,
And all
then
3 of them
Dean
are
Ambrose, Seth Rollins really picked up their game. Like, wow, these 2 can actually wrestle. Now they formed together again. We're gonna have a really strong Shield this time.
And I mean, in WWE and in a lot of wrestling companies, you get that where factions come back, a.k.a. one of my favorites, DX.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that happen. So we get the match at TLC. It's going to be the Shield versus Miz, Cesaro, and Sheamus in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Now, I mentioned to you what they should do is put all the titles, because Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are the tag champs, and Miz is the IC champ. Put them up there. Whichever team wins gets all the titles.
Yeah.
They're not. So at TLC, we're going to have 2 of the titles, the tag titles, and
Not on
IC.
the line.
Not on the line. I hate that.
Yeah.
Every title should always be on the line at a pay-per-view. But get this now. This is the extra add-on to this match. After Braun got demolished by the Shield, Braun Strowman gets added into the match. So now it's going to be a 4-on-3 handicap match. So Braun is on Miz's team now.
That's if Braun makes it. Doesn't him and Roman Reigns have a match tonight in a cage?
Yeah, I was going to get to that. So tonight on Raw, they have a steel cage match between Roman and Braun, so we'll see how that goes.
So Braun may not even make it.
Yeah, I mean, because TLC is this Sunday.
Yeah.
But to me, if you have a TLC match, something should be hanging up above.
It
What's
definitely
the
should.
point in having a TLC match with nothing
This
on the
is
line?
just a regular match, and it's a filler match,
Yep.
is what it is.
Yeah.
What do we have the lineup for TLC?
I have a couple matches, but nothing much.
What do you have?
The world title won't be on the line because Brock Lesnar. I'm getting to the women's title. Mickie James, after beating the crap out of Alexa Bliss, Kurt Angle gave her a number 1 contenders match, or a women's title match. She
Right.
became the number 1 contender. So we have that, which I'll love because I love Mickie James matches. And so tag titles, no world title, no IC title. And my guess is Enzo will probably, I want to mention this. Enzo had his title match against Kalisto on Raw, and Kalisto won, is the new Cruiserweight champion, so we'll probably have that rematch.
So pretty much 2 titles?
Yeah. And we only have 1 stipulation match, which is the TLC match. Usually at TLC, there's a TLC, there's a tables match, there's a ladder match, and there's a chairs match. Maybe we'll get a ladder match for the Cruiserweight title. Maybe that gets announced tonight. Who knows?
That just doesn't make any sense. What are they thinking?
I think they don't have time to make a full pay-per-view good, because we have 2 pay-per-views this month. We had Hell in a Cell and we have TLC. So you don't have time to like a full month to promote it
But
because you're
one's
promoting.
SmackDown, one's Raw. They have the time, they have the resources. Why drop the ball like this on Raw?
Well,
Raw
again-
is their
again-
flagship show.
We don't have a world title because we got useless Brock Lesnar as a champion.
They should just. They could be doing that.
Oh, and we'll have Finn Balor versus Bray again. It hasn't been announced, but I guarantee we'll have that.
Well, that's the Finn Balor, the Demon versus Sister Abigail match, right?
Yeah, that's if he even
Yeah.
comes out as the demon.
Ugh.
So, I mean, TLC is one of my favorite pay-per-views, and I'm going to be very upset probably. Oh, we had this match too, because my notes are all over the place. We had on Raw a fatal 5-way elimination match to determine who gets to face Asuka at TLC. It was Emma versus Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox versus Dana Brooke versus Bayley. Who came out of this match the winner, do you think?
I think I remember hearing it was Emma, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very SmackDown-ish, I guess, where you're like, oh my God, you thought it would probably be Bayley or Sasha, not the B League,
Yeah,
or D League, or
I
whatever.
heard about this. Yeah,
And Emma faces Asuka. Whoop-de-doo! Emma faced Asuka back in NXT and got her butt kicked multiple times.
and she's gonna do it again.
So, woo, we got that match. Other than that, this is why I don't like Raw. Raw just hasn't.
They've gone downhill big time.
SmackDown is the number 1 brand.
I did hear the rumor that Kurt Angle did put another match in place at the Chamber. The first ever women's Chamber match.
Yeah, but is it going to be as crappy as the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match we had last year?
I don't know.
Because that's
This
the
is
thing.
the Chamber. This is something different, and I have seen a lot of the female competitors be a little more hardcore than normal.
Because this is the thing. The first women's Hell in a Cell match was crap.
Yep.
The first women's Money in the Bank match, which was on SmackDown, was good. I think
Yeah.
it was good. Chamber, who owns Chamber? Now it's Raw. Will it be crap? So
It could be.
We'll see. Moving to SmackDown, because I don't want to talk about the Sami Zayn yet until we get to Hell in a Cell. I'll skip through that. Baron Corbin thing again. Maybe we should do Hell in a Cell first.
Let's do Hell in a Cell right now because
Yes,
there's a lot
because
going on.
everything happened after Hell in a Cell.
All right, so Hell in a Cell was 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Something about that, yeah. About that.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. 8 matches. Is that? Am I right?
We skipped a lot because it was a.
We did.
If I had to give it a grade, I give it a C. It was that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good one. I wrote down the winners in 7 of the 8 matches.
Yeah, I have all the winners written down.
Okay.
Very first match was the best match of the night. And if we could go back, I wish we could right now, and roll the footage from the last episode, I mentioned this match, and your exact words were, okay. It was the Usos
match, yeah.
versus the New Day for the tag titles in Hell in a Cell. This match was amazing. You had so many different weapons come out, so many unique ways to use
Yes.
the weapons, and you enjoyed this match when you watched it.
This was a good match.
And
I was
you're-
iffy because I'm sick of seeing the same match over and over and over again.
Yes.
It gets annoying.
Exactly. Some of the unique ways were Xavier Woods had 4 kendo sticks, and he had one of the Usos in the corner of the cell, and he put them from wall to wall, so now he's trapped inside a
Which was
wall
very
of
good.
kendo sticks, which was awesome. The Usos then got some handcuffed Xavier Woods. He's dangling above the ring, and they're just going to town on his gut with some
Yep.
kendo sticks. We had 3 different Francesca, tubas or whatever the heck they're called.
Didn't they have a different name for them all the time?
I don't know, but Xavier Woods' little musical instrument. We saw multiples of those. I mean, we saw even a cowbell come out. We haven't seen one of those come out in a while.
Cowbell, yeah, that was good.
So, I mean, this match literally went back and forth like they have the last 4 times they've faced each other.
Yep.
And the New Day lost the titles. Literally, these 4 matches, they switched the titles back and forth, which I hate because now you're getting closer to history for being a certain amount of world champion numbers
I mean,
and
do you
titles.
think they're ever going to have anyone break the Dudley Boys record?
Right now, WWE's in the record-breaking mood.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella became the longest reigning Divas champion. You have John Cena tied for Ric Flair's championship number. Miz is close to breaking Chris Jericho's 9 IC title reigns.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, and then the New Day broke Demolition's consecutive days as tag champs, which was like 400 and some odd days
Which
as
is
champs. So, I mean, who knows? But this match definitely topped all of them. Out of 5 stars, I gave it a 5. It was
a
so
good match.
good. And it wasn't one of these where, oh, let's do a 3-on-2 where Kofi could get involved and stuff like that in the match. It was a 2-on-2 match.
Yeah.
So props to them. They were battered and bruised. SmackDown following that. Next, we had Randy Orton versus Rusev. Wasn't as quick as the first match,
No, it
with
wasn't.
like 5 seconds, but it definitely went a little too long. The only thing out of this match I loved watching again was how Rusev can't take an RKO.
Yeah, every time.
Even
he
on
takes it the same way.
On SmackDown, he took it the same way, where he goes face first. I mean, it's just, it's pretty
nasty,
bad.
isn't it?
It's pretty bad. This
Yeah.
is why I don't care for Rusev. Second, we had Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles, and the kicker was Ty Dillinger got thrown into this to make it a triple threat. Because Ty Dillinger has had Baron Corbin's number, has been beating him left and right. A little too long for my taste in this match. You have AJ Styles hit Ty Dillinger with the 450 splash, which looked phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And Baron Corbin, they've always been talking about, he takes shortcuts, and he took a shortcut in this match, which, I mean, he followed the rules.
Yeah,
And
there's no shortcut
he ends
either
up,
way.
I think, throwing AJ Styles out of the ring and pitting Ty Dillinger. He is the new U.S. champion, Baron Corbin's first title in WWE.
I mean, this is like Corbin watched a lot of Edge matches and how he won all of his 3-way matches.
Okay, we'll go there. But I mean, that's the whole point of a triple threat. Is
Yeah.
if you the person that wins usually is in the right place at the right time.
Yep.
So this leads up to, I'm going to jump between SmackDown and Hell in a Cell kind of thing. This jumps into following week on SmackDown. AJ Styles gets his title shot again, rematch. Unfortunately, Baron Corbin takes a couple shortcuts, as AJ likes to call them,
Yep.
and beats AJ again, still U.S. champion. Baron Corbin as a champion, I just see it's going to be like Jinder Mahal. It's going to be crap.
It's going to be, yeah.
Some of these guys that they call up and think they're the cat's meow kind of thing, the next John Cena, and they're crap. They call them up way too quickly from NXT. So Baron Corbin, new U.S. champ. Next, we have your bathroom break: Charlotte versus Natalya for the women's title. You would think 2 women who have wrestling in their blood would be a good match, and it really wasn't. We actually skipped the second half of this, so we knew Natalya is still champ, but I didn't realize she got herself DQ'd to still become champ.
Yeah, I don't remember this match at all.
So all I remember is Charlotte like kind of blew out her knee a little bit in the match. Following SmackDown, you talk about how bad you hate Charlotte, but the forearm she gave Natty on SmackDown, I was like, wow, it was a powerful forearm.
Now, here's when wrestling, you need to think about this, okay?
Yes,
Who made that move look good? Charlotte or Natalya?
it's a show. I don't know.
Natalya made it look good.
Okay.
Because if Natalya didn't take that move wrong, or she dodged it first, who would have looked like crap?
True.
You know?
So
again, it's all about Natalya being
the
way more
reason
experienced.
for it was Natalya comes out and says, "Oh, what's the matter, Charlotte? Did you give your pathetic father break his heart again?" Hence, because he's gone through all these heart surgeries lately, and that propped the massive forearm to the face, which looked perfect. It was a perfect promo setup for that. Moving on, we had another crappy match: Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Jinder, unfortunately, is still champion. I don't know why we keep pushing this guy, because he just does the same thing over and over. Gets the Singh brothers involved, then uses this title, and then does this. And he does no wrestling moves the entire match. And goes ahead and pins Shinsuke. He's the only guy who's been able to pin Shinsuke Nakamura since Shinsuke's been in WWE.
Crazy, right?
And it's because of shortcuts. So another crap match. Until Jinder isn't champion anymore, I really don't care much about the WWE title. I skip all his promos in SmackDown because it's crap. He's a crap wrestler. He's a B-rated wrestler. Then we have the setup to the main event, which was the one match I thought you were looking forward to the most, and you might have was disappointed with it. Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler. Do you even remember much out of this?
Not much.
Basically, this whole setup is Dolph Ziggler talks about how he's the best wrestler ever, and he doesn't need gimmicks or music to wrestle.
Right.
That's why he came out to no music. It was just a spotlight, walk down to the ring.
I don't think it was a spotlight, was it?
Yeah, they did have a spotlight because everything was black, so otherwise
Okay.
you wouldn't be able to see. You got to finally see again. It's been a while since you've seen the glorious Bobby Roode and his gimmick and his walking down. I mean, I sing to his music all the time. It's glorious.
It seems like Bobby Roode's wrestling style kind of changed.
Well, you
He
notice.
doesn't seem too aggressive like he used
I
to.
think he's happy. That's the thing. He's
Yeah.
always got a grin on his face now. But Bobby wins. Shocker. Ziggler can't win at pay-per-views.
He can't.
The second the bell rings, though, the ref's about to raise his arm, and Ziggler hits Bobby with the
Zigzag.
zigzag, and he walks out. So we're going to be having, I guess, this week on Raw, the rematch. So we'll see how that goes. The main event was Kevin Owens versus Shane in Hell in a Cell. Wasn't as good as the Hell in a Cell from previous in the night. Really were no weapons used. The biggest highlight in this was the climb to the top of the cage. And
Yep.
the battle that happened. There was more of a battle on top of the cage than there was inside the cage.
Yeah.
All that entire time, there were power bomb after power bomb after power bomb on top. We really thought the roof was going to break,
Yeah.
and it didn't. Kevin then climbs back down the cage, and Shane knocks him off halfway, and he goes through a table down at the bottom. Not a big fall, but still it's a 10-foot drop.
Right.
So Shane climbs down, puts him on another table, and you even said, Shane, why are you doing? You don't have to do this again. Hence, let's rewind back to the footage from WrestleMania 2 years ago when he jumps off the cage, trying to hit Undertaker with the elbow. Taker rolls out of the way, and Shane goes through the table.
Yep.
He's trying to do it again. It's like you don't have to prove yourself.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, he always takes these bad falls, and he goes for a crossbody this time, and Kevin Owens falls off the table, and bam,
Yeah.
bounces off the ground through the table again. But what we didn't see but I saw at the corner of my eye, I go, someone pulled Kevin Owens off the table, and it was Sami Zayn. Who would have thought it'd be Sami Zayn, the rivalry these two have been having? This is the heel turn for Sami. Sami pulls Kevin's body over Shane. Shane's now 0-3 since coming back to WWE. Follow-up to SmackDown, Sami explains himself, how he's tried to talk to Shane, and Shane just ignores him. He doesn't feel like Shane's utilizing him on SmackDown. And he's finally seen the light with what Kevin's been preaching. You have Sami Zayn, who came to WWE a year before Kevin Owens.
Right.
Sami Zayn has won nothing in WWE. Kevin Owens, the way Kevin Owens takes himself into WWE, has become a multiple U.S. champion, a multiple IC champion, a Universal champion. He's been an NXT champion.
Yep.
Sami has just had the NXT title for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So this is making Sami think, I need to follow Kevin Owens' steps, and this is the heel turn for Sami Zayn.
Which is probably good for him.
I was going to say, your reaction to Sami as a heel.
It's probably good for his career. Because honestly, I've never was a Sami Zayn fan. I could see him come out there with that happy music, and he never impressed me in that ring at all anyways.
Yep.
But Kevin Owens, that guy always impressed me in that ring. Always.
Now-
So this could be the good push for Sami to become
Yeah.
some sort of...
These two have been best friends since years and years ago. I mean, they were best mans at each other's weddings and everything like that. So I see coming out of this, they're going to become new tag champs somewhere down the road. Kevin Owens is going to become a grand champion. It's happening way too much lately, where everyone seems to be becoming a grand champion.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This makes me want to just mention to you the whole Enzo thing, turning him heel on Raw. The fans love Enzo, even though he's a heel. Your reactions to Enzo turning heel?
Again, it's going to be good for him.
Yep.
It really is.
Is it going to? Because in my eyes, if the fans are still cheering for you as a heel, does it make sense?
If they heel for you no matter what, that means you are over with the crowd.
Yep.
You are doing good for yourself, so no matter what you do. I'm not really following the cruiserweights as much, so I'm not sure who a heel is and who a face is in that division.
Yeah.
But I assume that there's not a lot of face or heels in that division.
It's
now.
about half and half.
And plus, I've heard rumors of Neville wanting to quit. So they need to find a replacement for him.
Yeah. Because
Enzo could be that replacement.
Natalya had the same hard time where people were cheering for her when they turned her heel, and she had to do some really nasty things to
Yeah.
get them to boo her.
Yeah.
So that is our wrestling talk. I don't have anything for Lucha or TNA right now. TNA has been kind of dull lately.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. I had another thought, but maybe if I have a thought come back to me in wrestling, we'll go back to
Yes, because I had a lot there, and we took a lot of time for that.
So, NFL.
Oh, do we have to?
You don't want to talk about it? I don't follow it. I know you do. I'm supporting your
I don't-
likes.
Okay, so for one, let's do a little sports talk real quick, even though I know we have 2 other sports shows on the network, so we won't go too far.
Not sports,
Re-
NFL. That's it.
Well,
You guys-
Red Sox, for one, for baseball, got eliminated, so I knew that was going to happen.
Come on, baseball. Let's not do that.
Yesterday, during the Packers-Vikings game, the Packers lost their number 1 star, and he really is the number 1 star in the NFL. Sorry if someone's listening in the back. Tom Brady is not the greatest of all time. But Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone and is likely out for the entire season. If they make the playoffs, which I highly doubt it, there's been talk about maybe he comes back. But some people mention, well, it's not all about one player on a team. Well, with Aaron Rodgers being the best player in the NFL, it is. The things he does on the field, he beat my dad and I, we compete because he's a Cowboy fan and they played the Cowboys. The last minute and 47 seconds, he drove down the field and had the game-winning touchdown and everything. I mean, what can I say? He is, as they call in NFL, the GOAT, greatest of all time. Or one of my other favorites, Brett Favre. So, no one cares about the Patriots.
So I take it your team is doing good then?
Well, they're still in first place. They're
fantastic,
They're 4
right?
and 2, but what are you going to do without your number 1 guy? The last time Aaron Rodgers went down in 2013 with a season-ending injury, they went 2-7 in their last 9 games
Oh.
with 3 different quarterbacks. Let's just say I'm not holding my breath.
Right.
If they make the playoffs, I'm not holding my breath there either. So we'll see.
All right. I got a
Had to get
Tendoverse
that-
for you, bud.
Yeah, I had to get that off my chest.
Good, I'm glad you did. Tendoverse. I bought Sonic Mania finally.
Oh,
Digital copy. Man, what a great game this is. Mm-hmm. It brought back a lot of memories of me playing Sonic 2. Because it had the feel of that game.
Mm-hmm.
Same artistic style. It's like they brought a 90s game.
do they kind of do in the beginning because Sonic was a Sega brand? Go Sega.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Every time I turn it
Sega
on-
was my all-time favorite console back in the day.
It was a great system. It
Yes.
really was. The animation is fantastic. You know, they changed nothing. You get the short, fat Sonic that goes a little fast. Mm-hmm. That Sonic I like. This new tall emo one, I don't like at all.
Emo one.
I don't like that one.
Do you have Tails in it and all that too?
Tails and Knuckles are in it.
Nice.
So this game is pretty much a combination of Sonic 2, Sonic CD, Sonic and Knuckles, with a pinch of Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll have to definitely come over on a day off and try that.
Yeah. 2-player mode is out there too, which is fantastic. That one is just, a racing game. Race to the end of the level.
That's how Sonic always was.
Yeah.
Try to get some coins and not lose your coins when you're going so fast and you run into somebody.
So I love the game. The only thing I don't like about it, because I'm not familiar with any of the newer characters, they brought in some of the newer characters from the newer games
Okay.
that I'm not really familiar with.
Same here. I'm just the old school Sonics. I think the last new character that got introduced in my mind back in the day was Knuckles, and that's as far as I went.
Exactly, right? But so, this game got a 4 out of 5 for me. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
And I also did my pre-order for Mario Odyssey. I'll be picking that up on the 27th of this month. So I'll talk
It's
about
nice
that.
to have a job and make some money so you can actually get something
Oh,
now,
it's
huh?
so nice.
I'm getting there. I got to catch up on some bills first.
Let me see what's on the docket today. How about some box office heroes, huh?
Let's do some box office heroes.
All right.
Number 3, I've got, it came out on Friday the 13th, which I didn't even realize Friday the 13th happened until I looked at the calendar. And I'm going with Happy Death Day. It's like a horror version of Groundhog Day. Let's
It
just
is.
relive your death.
It really is.
Seems like a great life to live. Number 2, I'm going with Pierce Brosnan and Jackie Chan in The Foreigner. I want to see this movie so bad.
It looks really good.
Yeah. And number 1, I've been seeing it all over TV. They're saying it's the number 1 movie right now, Blade Runner 2049.
So this list really shocked me. I was surprised about this
Great.
list.
Please don't tell me My Little Pony's on this.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh,
I'm
God.
going to tell you right now. You did name all 3 movies in this list.
Well, thank
Just the wrong order.
Thank you. I don't care. As long as My Little Pony didn't make
should
the
care.
list, My Little Pony should not make the list.
You should care. So number 3, The Foreigner,
Okay.
12 million.
Write that down.
Now, I'm telling you these numbers. I want you to listen to these numbers. That's
Okay.
$12 million.
Okay.
Blade Runner,
Really?
number 2, at $15 million.
Oh, Blade Runner was all of a sudden the number 1, and then it went down.
Happy Death Day,
Which doesn't shock
number
me.
1.
Doesn't shock me.
This what shocked me. Because if you think about the last 2 movies, before you get the numbers, the last 2 movies, Blade Runner, Ryan Gosling, Harrison Ford.
Mm-hmm.
The Foreigner, Jackie Chan, Pierce Brosnan. Okay? Happy Death Day, number 1, $26.5 million.
And that's only in a
You
couple.
understand that number?
That's actually only in a couple days because that just came out 3 days ago.
That is $10 million over a Harrison Ford movie.
Because
For this B-rated horror movie.
Blade Runner's already been
Crazy.
out for 2-3 weeks already. That's why.
Crazy.
It's because Blade Runner's already been out.
Should still be number 1 at least.
You know why they were? You know why Happy Death Day is number 1 right now? Because they were smart. The production was smart. When to have this movie come out? A horror movie on Friday the 13th.
Who produced this movie?
I don't know,
Exactly right.
but it's been all
It is
over. It's
amazing
been all over.
how well this one movie did.
This movie's been all over TV, so it's in people's mind. It comes out on Halloween is the one day of the year when horror movies should come out or be on TV.
Right.
The second is if Friday the 13th ever happens, which they don't come that often, play a horror movie in October on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
That is the smartest thing you
It's
could ever
smart.
do
It's smart
with
marketing.
having a movie.
It is smart marketing.
DC should call those production people and ask, how can we make our movies better?
Yeah, exactly. They should be calling more than
Smartest
that.
thing ever. I have no problem with Happy Death Day being number 1. And making that much in 3 days,
I think it's incredible.
I'll take it.
It is incredible. Now, before we get into the Flareverse, do you have any TV talk?
yes.
Okay, what do you got?
So a bunch of my fall shows came back.
Oh,
have
yeah.
been coming back. If you've been hiding under a rock, get out from under the rock or come out of the closet, wherever you want to be. I don't care where. But watch some fall shows. Watch MacGyver. It is amazing, especially now in season 2. Watch Hawaii Five-O. It's in season 8 or 9. Amazing. Last but not least, Once Upon a Time. I'm a huge fan of Once Upon a Time. I was kind of excited to see where they're going with this when now it's all about Henry's story because he's all grown up now. Mm-hmm. 2 episodes in,
Not feeling it.
I don't know where they're going with it. What's the girl who left who plays his mom, Emma? What's her name? You remember?
Jennifer Morrison.
Yes. So she was actually in episode 2.
Okay.
So, she's going to make cameo appearances and stuff like that.
But she's done being the lead.
Yeah. But I still don't know where it's going. So, don't have much problem.
Which sometimes it's a good thing. If you go right off the bat knowing exactly where you're going with the season, it kind of leaves the mystery out of it. It's like, why am I watching this now?
Well, he goes to a different dimension, different realm, so it's not the typical storylines we've been seeing from these Disney characters in his realm. So, like Cinderella, who he fell in love with and had a child with, she's more of like this rough Cinderella kind of thing where she wants to kill the prince and everything. Or
Okay.
so I mean, she's more of a rough and tough kind of Cinderella. But I mean, we'll see what happens.
All right.
The other TV talk, I thought this was new news, but you told me it was 2 years ago they announced it. But hey, we haven't announced it here on Legend of the Nerds.
We have not.
And you being the huge Dragon Ball fan you are, Tokyo, Japan, was announced is going to be hosting the 2020 Summer Olympics. And what's biggest in Japan, besides their animes, the biggest anime is Dragon Ball. And Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super and all those. So why not have the character of Goku be the ambassador to the Olympics? I think that's amazing.
It is amazing.
I mean, this tells you how big, like, we know Dragon Ball is huge in Japan. Mm-hmm. Not as big over here. It's still popular. People know of it.
Oh, yeah.
But this being the Olympics, this is going to be worldwide television. And you have Goku's walking all over the place.
Yeah.
This is going to be big hypes and big promotions to Dragon Ball.
I think it's very cool.
For the future.
I think it's very cool that they actually picked an anime to be the ambassador.
Yeah.
They could have picked anybody. Mm-hmm. It's even more amazing they picked a Dragon Ball Z character because there's so many great animes over there they could have picked. Mm-hmm. You know, they could have picked Ichigo from Bleach. They could have picked Natsu from Fairy Tales. They could have picked a lot of these different anime characters, but they chose Goku, and that's amazing.
Yeah. Let me just point out, if you weren't paying attention, people out there in Nerdland, did you see how nerded out and how giddy he is over his animes?
It's amazing.
So, Goku is the face of the Dragon Ball brand.
Yeah.
So, what I want to see is the cast of Dragon Ball, like the voice actors from over there in Japan, light the Olympic flame in the Olympic Stadium.
Oh, they go running with the torch?
Well, no. What happens is you have people running with the torch throughout the country, and then when it gets to the Olympic Stadium,
Goku's going to light it.
Have that last person lighting it.
It's going to be Goku.
Yeah, but still, I'd like to see the voice actors and stuff like that from the Japan one. They're lighting it and stuff.
Well, I'm pretty sure the voice of Goku might not do it because she is like 70 years old.
Still. So I love it. I love.
It's fantastic news.
Just staying on the Dragon Ball theme.
Sure.
Dragon Ball Super. I know you really haven't gotten to watch it because you don't have TV. You have to wait till you can buy the seasons. But the tournament between the gods in Universes 6 and 7, the latest match was Vegeta against a Saiyan from the other universe where the Saiyans are actually good people. Mm-hmm. And it's like a kid version of Vegeta. And he teaches this kid in like the entire episode how to become a Super Saiyan. It was awesome seeing Vegeta be a teacher to someone else.
He's a teacher to Trunks.
Not really, though. It's because they mentioned in this, Piccolo mentioned, Vegeta, the only other true Saiyan out there is Goku. And we know their rivalry. Goku doesn't need a trainer. So when he meets now a new version of Saiyans who have not been extinguished, not slaughtered, he kind of pulls that back. It's emotional for him because he wants to help this group of Saiyans have their potential. And the kid also mentions, you have to come to our universe, and our king reminds me a lot of you. So I think he might go there and meet in another season, go to the other universe and see this other group of Saiyans somewhere down the road.
So you're saying Vegeta misses his race?
Yes.
Well, if he didn't kill Nappa, he would have had another Saiyan to hang out with, but
hey, he
kind of dropped the ball in that one.
This is true. But yeah, so he then beats the kid. They're fighting as Super Saiyans. He then goes ahead and just, bam, turns Super Saiyan Blue.
Right.
And one punch. Poof, and he says, just remember, you can go further than this. Meaning, you can go and become almost a god.
Right.
But he then mentions, you will never surpass me, though.
No.
Which is typical Vegeta. It was a great little ending. So, yeah, I mean, I'm loving Dragon Ball Super. I had my stipulations on how much I'd like this, because I loved everything before. But Super has just been blowing my mind. I cannot wait for you to watch this.
Yeah, I'm gonna. The season 1, 2 are out on Blu-ray now.
Yeah.
So I just gotta go out and buy them. Save some money
Which
up.
that's the thing with the first two being the Battle of the Gods and Resurrection F
Yep.
just extended. We know what's going to happen, so it's like
There's a little differences, but they'd be fun to watch.
I enjoyed it. They were fun to watch. But now once you get to season 3, where you don't know what's going to happen,
That's a few chunks in Black Goku, right?
no, this is the Battle of the Gods tournament. You have Beerus and his brother.
No, that's after Black Goku.
No, nope.
It's not?
Black Goku has not showed up.
Really?
Yep. Right now, you have Beerus was training Goku and Vegeta, and then when Beerus' brother shows up and wants a tournament because he wants to take over Earth because Earth has all the best food because his Earth is
Why not?
a wasteland after a nuclear apocalypse. They have a tournament just like the World Martial Arts Tournament, same way. His best fighters versus Beerus' best fighters, and they're going at it. It's towards the end right now.
Okay.
So Beerus right now is leading with 3 competitors left, where Beerus' brother only has 1.
Nice.
So. Yeah, after that,
Maybe we'll get into more Dragon Ball Super for when I get to buy the seasons and watch them more.
Yeah, I hope we do, because that was one of my favorite episodes to talk about, was the Dragon Ball episodes back in season 1.
Yeah, hopefully you do another one.
So I'm loving it. I know we're running
We are running
on
low.
time, and we have a huge main event.
We have Flareverse and maybe another topic if we have time, but I doubt it. Let's jump right into Flareverse. Let's just go worst to best. Start with Supergirl.
It literally went almost worst to best with Supergirl, then Flash, Legends, and Arrow in that order.
Yeah.
Yeah, Supergirl, it starts off, Kara's just been dreaming about Mon-El. It's been like a year or something like that since it happened. She's also dreaming about her mother, her dead mother. I don't know where that's going to connect into this whole cycle. She decides to quit being Kara Danvers and quits her job at Catco to focus as Supergirl.
She's all depressed right now. She don't want to hang out with anybody, and it just dragged on way too long.
Yeah, I would say that. Some things to come out of this were the new villain, Morgan Edge. I looked up his character, and he is a guy in the comics and stuff. He like buys up the Daily Planet in the comics and stuff like that. So he tries to buy up Catco, but Lena Luthor, sorry, not Lana, buys Catco instead. So will this play maybe into Lena becoming a villain down the road, where now Kara works for her? She's a little closer now. Do you think Lena's going to turn villain like Lex?
I don't know. Supergirl's a show I can't read. I've tried.
So anything I ask you about this, you're going to be like, I don't know.
I mean, it could. It may not be. Maybe she really wants to not be like Lex.
Okay.
And maybe Lex would be the villain in an upcoming episode, and she has to make a decision, Lex or Kara.
One of the other villains, Morgan Edge, hires a guy named Bloodsport, which I come to find out there's hundreds of Bloodsports. They're like robbers and assassins. So whoop-de-doo for that. The big thing out of this is during a fight scene, Alex is trying to help this mother rescue her kid. Come to find out this mother has superpowers, super strength. So the thought is, was she the girl that was she the person in the pod on Krypton in season 2 where they show another pod being shot off? Because at the end of the episode they show the pod underwater stuck in the sand. Maybe not. My thought was no, because the pod doesn't look like it's been opened, so that person could still be sleeping in the pod. My thought is still something to do with Brainiac, because I was watching
Are
trailers.
you talking about what's in the pod right now, or
Yes.
his mother?
No, what's in the pod.
Okay.
Because remember, I said it was something to do with Brainiac back when they shot it off, and I was watching some future trailers, like they're saying this
I
season,
said Zod. So.
this season on Supergirl, stuff like that, and there was some guy hooked up, like to the internet and stuff. It just looked more like a Brainiac character,
Right.
where my thought was, okay, are we pushing into a Brainiac kind of thing? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
So
What about this mother? What do you think?
I don't know. It could be the person in the pod.
Here's my thoughts, and I don't know where I came up with this, but I think it's gonna be a new hero introduced to the universe of Supergirl.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Starfire.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go Starfire. I think that's gonna be Starfire.
could be.
I think so. So we'll see what happens later on
Yep.
the season.
Moving on to Flash. We didn't get our way. Flash came back in the very first episode. You have a flying samurai who demands the Flash show up so he can fight him. Cisco figures out a way to get Barry out of the Speed Force without disturbing it, with the help of Caitlin, who seems to have control of her powers in the beginning.
Mostly.
They get Barry back. Iris doesn't want them to do that. Barry is messed up in the head. It's been 6 months too in our time since Barry went into the Speed
Before
Force.
we talk about Barry, let's talk about Wally. How cool was he in the beginning of the show? I wanted more Kid Flash, and we're just not getting it.
He didn't do anything for me.
It was just because one scene in Legends, we'll talk about that soon too.
Yes.
But again, though, we had an opportunity to make Wally West shine a little more, but we dropped the ball again.
Yes. Okay. I was going to say it didn't do anything for me. Because,
So I wanted it to happen, it just didn't happen.
yes, it would have happened if we didn't bring Flash back in the first freaking episode.
Maybe a few episodes we're watching Cisco attempt it but fail, but we didn't.
Yep. So Barry comes back. He's talking gibberish, drawing symbols all over the place, and they come to a conclusion. Well, it's been 6 months for us, but we don't know how time works in the Speed Force. It could be hundreds of years for Barry. Mm-hmm. So Iris comes to find out she knows how to get Barry back. She gets herself kidnapped by the samurai, which triggers something in Barry's mind. He becomes Barry Allen again, and him within the new suit and everything, and the way he rescued her was flawless. Like going through the windmills and everything, like the wind turbine scene. I thought that was a pretty neat scene.
And again, we dropped the ball again.
We're dropping the ball a lot.
We are. And this is unlike Flash dropping the ball this many times in one episode. Let's keep Flash crazy for a couple episodes. Who should have saved Iris?
He's going to come back.
Who should have saved Iris?
Wally
should have
Yeah, but he
saved
couldn't.
it.
He got his Achilles cut by the samurai.
He feels fast.
It would have taken 5 hours.
But
They even mentioned
again,
it.
though, it's like, come on. Let's keep him crazy for a little bit. Instead, first episode, boom, Barry's back to
I
normal.
guarantee the crazy's going to come back.
I hope so.
And those symbols are going to mean something.
Oh, yeah.
So, come to find out, the samurai is a robot.
Yep.
And before the robot dies, basically, the person controlling the robot says something like, I forgot the words that he said, but basically he was trying to draw out the Flash.
Yes.
Who is this new villain? We've been told it's not a speedster, so we'll see.
Now, let's give kudos to where it belongs. Very nice job on the Flash team for introducing this villain the way they did. It was a very cool job doing that. Having a samurai robot being what we thought would have been the main villain, but is not, only working.
Yes.
I think that was a very nice job by
Yeah,
them.
very nice. Last was it showed Caitlin back in the bar and all that, and she's been working for some mobster. When she leaves the bar, the Killer Frost starts coming back. So that's why I said, looks like she has control, but really she is fighting hard to keep Killer Frost away. Are we going to see the villain Killer Frost come back this season?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we see it being Caitlin kind
Maybe
of
not
flipping?
an extent that we saw with...
Do we see in the future, is what I'm trying to get at, Caitlin dissolving as Caitlin and being full Killer Frost?
if they want to stick with the comic like they have been, they're going to have to.
Yep.
They're going to have to let Caitlyn go
Yep.
and make it full-time Killer Frost.
Okay. Unless you have anything else, let's move to Legends.
We can do Legends.
I'm just saying, if you want to add anything.
We can do Legends.
Okay.
Do Legends.
Legends was just as bad. They start off in the alternated Los Angeles, and Rip Hunter shows up with his new Time Bureau team, where they go ahead and fix time. He basically takes the warp ship away from the Legends, and they all have to go back to normal lives.
Yeah, they disband Legends.
Again, 6 months into the future. DC likes going 6 months into the future for saying, okay, 6 months later. They all have normal lives and normal jobs. Normal, crappy jobs, I should mention.
This was an amazing scene, though.
Oh, with...
Watching them all in the normal crappy jobs.
Watching Sarah.
Sarah was the best one.
Yeah. Even Ray working for, like, a Tinder app crew.
He worked for Google.
No, it's a dating app is what he works for.
No, he worked for Google, he makes apps for Google.
Yeah, but it's what I'm
And,
getting
and,
at
and
is
he was working on like a Tinder
what I'm
type
getting
app.
at is
Yeah.
with Tinder you swipe right or left. With this app you swipe up and down.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. So the best part is Mick finally gets to go down to Aruba where he wants to go. Come to find out, Julius Caesar is down there. He's out of his time loop area, and the legends try to take care of it. Rip thinks he's going to take care of it, but they don't listen. They go drop him off back in 49 BC, but unfortunately he grabs a book of history, and history has now changed.
Let's talk about this scene. How did he grab that book without him noticing?
Julius Caesar's got the sleight of hand? Maybe he's a thief back in
It's
the
a heavy book, and he was holding it. How did he take the book?
I don't know.
That's the only issue I had.
This is why I have issues with all these season premieres.
That was one of the biggest issues I had. For the most part, I love the episode. That one part I can't wrap my head around how Caesar stole the book, being held by somebody.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
The Legends and Rip Hunter form back together real quick to try to rewrite history and save one of Rip's Time Bureau people, Agent Sharp. At the end, when they go their own separate ways and Rip lets them have the time ship again, Sharp asks Rip, is it right to let them go off and do what they want? And he basically says that we are going to need the Legends' help in the future in fighting Maulus. Who Maulus is, I don't know, but that's obviously going to be the big bad of this season in Legends. It then skips to Amaya. Apparently went back to her country. I can't ever pronounce it, Zambeo or something like that. And it's
1943, right?
1941.
41.
Yep. And she almost seemed vicious, like a supervillain almost. She kills these poachers and stuff that are trying to come in and take over her village.
It looks like she might be the villain, huh?
Could be. I mean, I have never
She
seen...
had that crazy eyes
We've
going
never
on.
seen her kill people. She knocks them out, but she kills these people because they're screaming in agony.
Yep.
So who knows what's going on with her? We'll see. But we have a couple minutes left. Let's get to the best one out of all three of these, which was Arrow.
Arrow was amazing, Andy. I enjoyed this show so much, I almost forgot what it was about because I'm still wrapping my head around how well this was.
Well, basically it starts off...
Well, as you said, DC does this 6-month thing.
Yeah.
Except for Arrow. Arrow's only 5 months.
Okay.
So now in the timeline of the Flareverse, Arrow is 1 month behind Flash and 1 month behind Legends, I guess.
Yeah.
If that's even possible, being a time-traveling show.
Yeah. So basically they show what happened after the island got blown up. You have Thea went after Oliver's kid's mother. I forget her name. Oliver goes in there with Slade after everything got blown up. Come to find out, it looks like Thea is dead, but she's just been in a coma.
But we gotta keep this in mind. The show started off with this amazing fight scene with the whole team,
Yep.
and you see Renee's new suit,
Yes.
which is fantastic. That's a cool looking suit. As you know, last season we ended the 5-year flashbacks, and I read that they want to keep the flashbacks going. What's the best way to do it? The 5 months on the island with the team. So that's what you're talking about now. Was that flashback, first flashback that we got from the island while it was blowing up.
Yeah, so come to find out, the mother of Oliver's son is dead. Thea is in a coma.
Assumed dead.
Yeah. Oliver has now become the father figure to
William.
William, that's his son's name. And William, in the whole episode, really is trying to push Oliver away because he believes that Oliver is the reason for his mother's death. He calls him the bad man.
Yep.
You have, who I think is going to be a big villain in this, Black Siren. She ends up stealing some tech from Oliver and his group. I'm just trying to point out some of the bold points
She's going to
here.
be a huge point in this, and I think Deathstroke is going to be a huge part in the season 2.
I love the whole Deathstroke being a good guy kind of thing, where he's not on Mirakuru anymore.
Right.
I think he's still going to be kind of like an assassin. But,
Oh, definitely.
You also have, I like the little relationship between Oliver and Felicity trying to come back together, and Oliver trying to say, come visit William, and she's pushing that away. That's not my kid kind of thing, so we'll see how that works. And my biggest thing is Spartan. What's his name? Diggle, yeah. He cannot shoot anybody for some reason. His hand's shaking. He misses.
So on focus.
I don't know where this is going. What happened during...
Yeah,
It looks like something hit him in the explosion, and it...
Yeah.
I don't know. This is
Like
what...
he shot Renee, didn't he?
Yeah. He's the reason Renee almost died.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why Arrow is better so far, because you have all these questions and we'll get answers down the road.
So we saw Flash first, then Arrow came on Thursday.
Yes.
Right. Did you hear what happened with the Flash? They must have did this on purpose, but Cisco actually revealed that Felicity was not dead. Did you hear that one part? Yeah. So I was like, well, I guess Felicity's not dead.
Yeah. So I know we're only a couple minutes now. I just want to say I was so excited for the season premieres. I was so let down with the first three. Arrow was fine. So hopefully DC Universe for CW starts to pick up a little more.
Yeah. I never have high hopes for Supergirl anymore. Mm-hmm. They've lost me like mid-season 2. Flash is going to get their momentum back. I have nothing going on with Legends. They're great so far. And Arrow was always my favorite show, so
Yeah.
I'll always be a fan.
The other thing I want to mention in Arrow, I forgot to say. So they had talks about Ra's al Ghul's daughters and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I am still on the bandwagon. And there was something that triggered in my mind. I can't remember exactly what it was when I watched the episode 1 of this season of Arrow. But it seemed like they were talking about Ra's al Ghul maybe coming back. There was something in the episode that all I could think is, maybe I'm onto something and Ra's is not dead. And he comes back for
Never
something.
dies.
I would love to see Ra's al Ghul return.
And it could happen.
This could be the season where we see a lot of people return. Slade, Tessa, and what's the other one? It starts with an N. Talia and Nessa al Ghul and Ra's al Ghul and other people.
Yeah.
This could be like an all-star. Even Roy.
Yeah.
I want to see him come back.
I think he's going to.
So, I mean, this could be like the all-star season for Arrow. Mm-hmm. With the few minutes left, I want to jump to one other DC show that you hate. If someone's watching in the back, you might want to close your ears if you haven't watched it. Gotham. At the end of the episode, it was funny. They end the episode, they're kind of going through the credits, and then like a scene after the credits, like in movies, pops up. And I told you about I forget his name, but...
This is the Solomon Grundy thing?
Yes!
Okay.
So they think he's dead, and it looks like he got buried and all that after he got shot in the head. Some guy pops up out of a graveyard, and he's just like, "Rrr," and he's all gray and everything. I'm like, it's Grundy! I was so excited. I just kind of like the whole story of the whole Grundy thing for some reason.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that, and they did the right way to kind of introduce it, not let's end the show with that and then hit the credits. They made it like a movie.
Right.
You kind of get to the end through the credits, and then, ooh, here's an extra scene for you.
That's awesome.
Maybe Gotham's starting to do something right. I know you like the Jim Gordon saga story, but maybe if you have these little Easter eggs in there like that, maybe they're going to do something right, and it goes on for a couple more seasons.
We'll see.
So we are all out of time. I know you didn't get to what you wanted to talk to about, but we'll add that.
You have next week, right?
We have the next show, yes. So again, thanks for joining us on this episode of Legends of the Nerds. Don't forget, watch this episode and every other episode on our YouTube page and Facebook page. Don't forget to follow us on the Twitter at KrillinMan. Next show, I'm hoping we get to talk about Wonder Woman, Transformers 5, maybe Pirates of the Caribbean 5. Hopefully we get to watch one of those movies and we'll do a review. I'm hoping it's Wonder Woman.
Right.
So, thanks for watching, and remember, stay nerdy.